Mastering Transition Words, the Ultimate Quiz Challenge. Welcome, my dear friends and English learners, to the Transition Words Quiz Challenge. Are you ready to put your language skills to the test? Get ready to embark on an exhilarating journey through the world of transition words. In this quiz challenge, you'll have the opportunity to showcase your mastery of transition words, the secret sauce of smooth and coherent writing. From however to meanwhile, consequently to in addition, our quiz will challenge you with a diverse range of scenarios where choosing the right transition word is key. But here's the twist, you'll need to think fast, as each question will put your knowledge to the test in unexpected ways. Will you rise to the challenge and emerge victorious? Or will you stumble over those tricky transitions? There's only one way to find out. Stay tuned and let the challenge begin. Question 1. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The company has experienced a decline in profits for the third consecutive quarter. Sentence 2. The management team is implementing cost-cutting measures. The transition word consequently indicates a cause and effect relationship, which is appropriate here because the decline in profits mentioned in the first sentence leads to the management team's decision to implement cost-cutting measures in the second sentence. Question 2. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The company has been investing in renewable energy projects for the past decade. Sentence 2. Its latest initiative aims to achieve carbon neutrality by 2030. The transition word simultaneously indicates that both actions are happening at the same time. In this case, it effectively connects the company's ongoing investment in renewable energy projects with its latest initiative to achieve carbon neutrality by 2030. Question 3. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. Many students find mathematics challenging. Sentence 2. Tutoring services are available in the mathematics department. The transition word additionally introduces a related idea that enhances the previous one. In this case, it connects the difficulty many students have with mathematics to the availability of tutoring services in the mathematics department. Question 4. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The company's new product launch was a resounding success. Sentence 2. Sales have exceeded expectations. The transition word furthermore indicates an additional point that supports the previous one. In this case, it connects the success of the company's new product launch to the fact that sales have exceeded expectations. Question 5. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. the restaurant received a negative review from a prominent food critic. Sentence 2. The manager immediately implemented changes to improve the quality of service. The transition word therefore indicates a conclusion or result that follows from the information in the previous sentence. In this case, it connects the negative review received by the restaurant to the manager's immediate implementation of changes to improve the quality of service as a result of the review. Question 6. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The team performed poorly in the first half of the game. Sentence 2. They rallied and won in the second half. The transition word, however, indicates a contrast between the information in the two sentences. In this case, it highlights the change in performance between the first half of the game, where the team performed poorly, and the second half, where they rallied and won. This transition effectively connects the contrasting ideas within the context of the team's performance during the game. Question 7. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The chef uses locally sourced ingredients in all of the restaurant's dishes. Sentence 2. The restaurant's menu highlights regional specialties. The transition phrase in particular emphasizes a specific aspect of the previous sentence. In this case, it effectively connects the use of locally sourced ingredients to the restaurant's focus on highlighting regional specialties. Question 8. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The conference attracted speakers from various industries. Sentence 2. Attendees had the opportunity to network with professionals from around the world. The transition word meanwhile indicates that while one event is happening, another event is occurring simultaneously. In this case, it effectively connects the conference attracting speakers from various industries to attendees having the opportunity to network with professionals from around the world. Question 9. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The company's profits have steadily increased over the past fiscal year. Sentence 2. The CEO attributes this growth to the successful launch of new product lines. The transition word especially indicates that the information in the second sentence is of particular importance or relevance to the first sentence. In this case, it effectively connects the company's increasing profits to the successful launch of new product lines, emphasizing the significance of this factor. Question 10. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The research team conducted experiments to test their hypothesis. Sentence 2. Their findings were published in a peer-reviewed journal. The transition phrase in conclusion signals the end of one section or the final point in a discussion. In this case, it effectively connects the research team's experiments to the publication of their findings, indicating the culmination of their work. Question 11. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The company's commitment to sustainability is evident in its recycling initiatives and renewable energy usage. Sentence 2. Its efforts have been recognized with several environmental awards. The transition word indeed is used to confirm or emphasize the truth of something previously mentioned. In this case, it effectively connects the company's commitment to sustainability, as evidenced by its recycling initiatives and renewable energy usage, to the fact that its efforts have been recognized with several environmental awards. This transition emphasizes the validation of the company's sustainability efforts by external recognition. Question 12. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The company offers flexible working hours to its employees. Sentence 2. It also provides comprehensive health benefits. The transition word besides indicates an additional point or aspect that supplements the previous one. In this case, it effectively connects the information about the company offering flexible working hours to the fact that it also provides comprehensive health benefits, highlighting an additional perk for its employees. Question 13. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The new smartphone model boasts impressive features and advanced technology. Sentence 2. On the other hand, its price is considerably higher than previous models. The transition phrase, on the other hand, introduces a contrast or an alternative perspective to the previous statement. In this case, it effectively connects the description of the new smartphone model's impressive features and advanced technology to the contrasting information about its considerably higher price compared to previous models. This transition emphasizes the difference between the positive aspects of the new model and the potential drawback of its higher price. Question 14. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The company's sales increased by 20% last quarter. Sentence 2. Nevertheless, its profits remain stagnant. The the transition word nonetheless indicates a contrast or concession to the previous statement. In this case, it effectively connects the information about the company's sales increasing by 20% to the contrasting fact that its profits remain stagnant despite the sales growth. This transition emphasizes the unexpected or contrary nature of the situation. Question 15. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The restaurant has a diverse menu with options for vegetarians and meat lovers alike. Sentence 2. Additionally, it offers a selection of gluten-free dishes. The transition word additionally introduces an additional point or aspect that supplements the previous one. In this case, it effectively connects the description of the restaurant's diverse menu with options for vegetarians and meat lovers to the additional information about offering gluten-free dishes, emphasizing the variety and inclusivity of the menu. Question 16. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The research team conducted experiments to test their hypothesis. Sentence 2. Subsequently, they analyzed the data collected. The transition word consequently indicates a cause and effect relationship, showing that the analysis of the data follows logically from the experiments conducted. This transition effectively connects the two sentences by highlighting the sequential nature of the events. Question 17. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The company's profits soared following the implementation of its new marketing strategy. Sentence 2. Conversely, its competitors experienced a decline in sales. The transition phrase in contrast introduces a contrasting idea or situation. In this case, it effectively connects the company's increased profits to the contrasting situation of its competitors experiencing a decline in sales. This transition highlights the difference between the company's success and its competitors' struggles. Question 18. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The CEO outlined the company's expansion plans during the annual shareholders meeting. Sentence 2. Moreover, she announced a significant increase in research and development funding. Transition word moreover indicates an additional point that supports or enhances the previous one. In this case, it effectively connects the CEO's outline of the company's expansion plans to the additional announcement of increased research and development funding, emphasizing the significance of this additional information. Question 19. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The students worked diligently on their group project. Sentence 2. Nonetheless, they failed to meet the deadline. The transition word nevertheless indicates a contrast or concession to the previous statement. In this case, it effectively connects the description of the students working diligently on their group project to the contrasting fact that they failed to meet the deadline. This transition highlights the unexpected or contrary nature of the situation. Question 20. Which transition word would best connect the two sentences? Sentence 1. The City Council approved funding for a new community center. Sentence 2. Meanwhile, local residents organized a petition to preserve a historic landmark. The transition word meanwhile indicates that while one event is happening, another event is occurring simultaneously. In this case, it effectively connects the City Council's approval of funding for a new community center to the simultaneous organization of a petition by local residents to preserve a historic landmark. This transition emphasizes the parallel nature of the events. And that's a wrap for today's Transition Words Quiz Challenge. I hope you had a blast putting your transition word knowledge to the test and sharpening your language skills along the way. Remember, mastering transition words is a key to crafting clear, cohesive, and engaging writing. Whether you aced every question or stumbled a bit, every challenge is an opportunity to learn and grow. So keep practicing, and soon you'll be a transition word pro. Thanks for joining me on this thrilling quiz adventure. Until next time, keep those transition words flowing, and may your writing journey be filled with clarity and creativity. Farewell, my quiz champions.